Hey everybody. So we are here trying our second recording, and this is going to be my first time recording play for an event out of camp. We are looking at Merge Elfs, and the Merge Elfs event is the Skylark Gobi Event. So it looks like we've got sort of a fire fairy and maybe a moon fairy. Yeah, so the rewards for this event look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is pretty cool, a desert theme. I have not seen this theme before, so this is going to be really neat. It's a pretty big map too, so healing all of this and getting all the rewards might be a little bit of a challenge. So I've been playing Merge Elves for a couple months now, and I've played several of the events, but I still haven't finished an event all the way through. On the last one, the Seabreeze event, I was super close, and then unfortunately I missed a 5 merge that I needed. So I was not able to unlock the final cloud key. So taking a look at this, our first move is going to be to merge our eggs. And right down here, this is a petrified elf egg. And to unlock those, you have to watch a commercial. I won't do that for you guys. I'll wait till after I'm done recording. But that's how we're going to get our second creature. Let's see. Can't tap on any of those, so let's do some merges along the edges. Alright, so it's going to be the cacti that get us our flowers. In other events, sometimes those are different kinds of rocks or shells. Sometimes they are starfish or different kinds of coral. And it looks like, let's see, tap to collect or merge. So it looks like the ants are going to be our point items. So that's pretty cool. So with these events, normally the first thing I try to do is build up, a low level orb, but not super low. Maybe try to get to a turquoise or the white orb using 5 merges. That way I can heal a section of land. We want to see if we can find where the rest of those petrified eggs are. And work our way towards them. Oh, I see another one over here. And let's see, another petrified egg. I am not finding a third one yet. Well, we can go back and look for it later, and sometimes they're behind the cloud keys. So it's possible the third one that we're supposed to find is behind a cloud key. Another thing that is good to take a look at when you are first starting a new event is how many points it's going to take to heal each block of land. So up here you can see that we only need 1 to heal there, 1, up to 2, 8, 16. So yeah, it's 32 out here. 64. So yeah, it's a pretty big map, but the point totals stay pretty low until you get pretty far away from the beginning part of the map. So I think we're going to be able to make a lot of space pretty quickly. And some of this also goes into your play style. So different people play their merge games with different strategies. And normally when I'm working on like merge dragons or merge magic, I will only heal a very small amount of land to begin with, just so I have enough space to organize my point items and my orbs. And the reason I do that is I don't want to heal any of the items that my creatures can harvest for point items, because then they get distracted and they're not harvesting the orbs that I need in order to heal the whole map. Well, with this event, the types of items that they're going to be harvesting for point items start appearing pretty early on in the maps, usually, for merge elves. So I've tried not healing those items in the past, and it's very limiting. Like this flower right here looks like it's probably something that can be harvested for point items. So if I don't heal that, it gives me a very small space to work in. It doesn't actually affect my harvesting too much if I do have something that the creatures can get point items from, because I tend to be an active harvester. Some people like passive harvesting, where they'll just leave their phone on and let their creatures harvest as they will. But I usually like to be here, tapping on the flowers and making my merges and getting things done pretty quickly. So like I said, I don't mind having those point items out there a little bit early. So I probably will be doing quite a bit of healing early on in this event, at least up through until we get to the 200s for the land. Also, doing that extra healing right at the beginning gets you higher level flowers to harvest from. So right now we are getting these little mini orbs, the yellow ones. So if we had to try to heal this entire map just using mini orbs, it would be very difficult. So the higher level flower we could get, the more quickly, the better off we're going to be. So let's see if we go ahead and merge that together, and then we can merge this. And there we go. We've got a couple of turquoise orbs right there that we can start healing our map with. Before I start the healing, I do want to check out my quests. So we have merge 5 of anything 150 times, which we usually start off with. We also have harvest from desert objects 80 times. And then to heal land. So the first heal land is 50. So I'm going to go ahead and set off an orb. I'm going to go in this direction. They don't always go the direction you want them to. Oh, look at that offer. No, thank you, not right now. And we also just got our free capsules. So we'll grab one of those. And we got our first quest star, which is awesome. So our next quest star we're going to get when we heal 500 land. So these stars, you tap them in your event because they will give you things that help you play the event. These aren't like the other stars that you get on levels that you can bring back to camp. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Tap on that. Do a couple of 5 merges to make some space. Oh, so these little lizards are the level 2 of the point items. Super cute. And then we're just going to work our way along the perimeter, merging things that are sort of still on that unhealed land. And doing this is going to save us some healing power. Not quite as much over here where the squares are only, 10 and 16. That will be a lot more helpful further on when the squares are 500. But just to clear out some of these items and make sure we have space, I'm going to be merging these down. So when I'm doing merges on the perimeter, I don't always care so much about making 5 merges. It does give you extra sprouts, but sometimes it's really just about making the space and doing the little heals. Let's see. So a nice little 5 merge right there. And now I've got a bunch of sprouts going around on the map, and I can try to merge up and get myself a higher level flower. So I have these islands there. Let's see, we'll go for that merge right there. Go for another 5 merge. Very nice. I drop that cactus right there, I'll get another sprout, and now I can do a 5 merge to get a higher level flower. So now I have the red flowers. Just trash that dimensional jar because we don't need it. So the red flowers are going to still give us the yellow orbs, but at least he's harvesting those faster. Let's see, do a few more merges along the perimeter, working our way up and around. So looking at this first cloud key, trying to figure out what that might be. I think it's one of these rabbits that we have over here. Might be that cloud key. So we're going to see if we can work our way over there and grab a rabbit and pop it in that cloud key and see what happens. I know some people prefer not to heal the cloud keys this early. One gamer that I really like listening to is What's Her Name Merges. And her advice is to wait until further on because there can be dead land underneath these cloud keys. There usually are. And that dead land can absorb your healing power if you're not careful as you're healing different spaces. And I've tried playing where I don't heal and I don't open those cloud keys, but I always feel like I'm very almost claustrophobic, like my map is too small. So I prefer to just heal my way along and know that I'm going to have to be careful when I get to those areas. We can do a nice 5 merge over there. There's a good one right there, which will give us 2 more of our red flowers. And keeping an eye on these orbs, merging up the orbs as we go. Let's let's see, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good so far. So I want to be careful. I don't want to merge those little water areas just yet. We'll take this 5 merge over here and get some more yellow flowers. Tell him to harvest the orbs. Oh, and I just discovered that we've got a bunny rabbit over here. So it looks like this is going to be our first cloud key, is this level 3 event point item. So we'll drop them on there and see what we've got. Yes, there's my other petrified egg. Perfect. So one thing that is interesting about this, about the Merge Elfs events, is you can get quite a few gems during these events. Sometimes gems are cloud keys, which is sort of nice because then you know you're going to get that extra amount of gems and treasures in there. So usually at the beginning or somewhere in the middle of the event, I make sure I go back to my camp and empty out my gems and spend them, usually on eggs. That way, I know when I collect gems in the event, I'll have enough room for them. Since I am pretty early on in playing this game, I don't have a ton of gem storage yet. That is one of my goals to work on soon. But I don't have that just yet. So, talking about the dead land that we have to think about and keep an eye on as we are setting off orbs. That is usually... Oh, there was no dead land under that one. Interesting. So usually when we have these leaves here, they are on dead land. You'll notice they are 20,000 to heal. So even though it's not dead land, if I set off an orb right next to this leaf, it's going to soak up a lot of my healing power. So I probably don't want to do that, at least not on purpose. But because it's not dead land, at least it won't eat all of the healing power without giving me anything in return. So that's a positive. And that's a really cute point item. It's a little mouse. It looks like our next cloud key is going to be a bird. So I'm curious what level the bird is going to be. So let's keep this going here. Keep tapping on things. I'm still hoping for a couple more sprouts. That way I can get up to the level 4 life flower. There's another petrified egg. So when you look at the petrified eggs, you'll notice some of them are different shapes. So right here, I have 3, but they're different shapes. You have 2 rounded ones and one with sort of a point at the top of it. So that tells me that when I unpetrify these, there aren't going to be 3 of the same egg that I'll be able to merge. But this one over here that still isn't healed yet, that one is round just like the other 2. So that means once I get that egg and the other 2 rounded eggs unpetrified, I will be able to merge them and have a second creature running around and harvesting orbs and point items. So since I don't want to make you watch ads with me, I will pause the recording and I will watch the ads to to unpetrify those eggs, and then I'll start the recording back up. All right, and we are back. So I did heal the little bit of land over here where that last petrified egg was, and I watched 4 commercials, which got me 1 Skylark elf egg and 3 scorching elf eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and merge those. And now I have 2 elves to harvest for me, which is going to make this go by even faster. Checking for any more merges on the perimeter over here, especially because we want to get a couple more of those life flower sprouts. There we go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need a couple more sprouts and then I'll be able to put together the life flower that I want. Okay, so in other merge games during events, I don't always bother building up very large life flowers or life trees, just because sometimes they can cause a distraction if they harvest different types of orbs. So the really nice thing about merge elves is that each type of tree only harvests or only lets the elves harvest one particular kind of orb. And usually some of the very high level flowers end up being cloud keys later on. So we do want to try to get the highest level flower possible. That was a clumsy merge, but that's fine. So there's no harm in getting as many sprouts as you can and building this up and building it up until you have the largest flower you can get. While they harvest, I'm going to go and take a look at a couple more cloud keys, see if we can figure out what they are. This one looks like it might be a hill or maybe a den or something. This one definitely looks like a point item. It has the grass and the cacti and all of that around it. Same up here. Yeah, I'm not really recognizing a lot of these. I'm sure this is the level 9 or the level 10 point item. Not point item, the harvestable item that you can get your point items from. So we're going to have to be careful about how we do our merges to make sure we have one of those, but at the end. Coming over here. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of cloud keys that I've never seen before. So this new event is exciting. And I look forward to seeing what all of these things are as we discover more and more of them. Going down here along the bottom. Let's see, we already said that. Got a little bird there. I think the only one of these... Oh, I do see another one I recognize. So this one is from the berry chain. And I actually think I saw one of those berries on the map. So we shouldn't even have to worry about building it. We should be able to find it. And there was one other one that I did recognize. Let's see. Oh, it's right here actually. This one is another one from the berry chain. This is higher up on the berry chain. It might even be the last level, level 8 or level 9. So as we get to the different berries, the strawberries and the grapes and things like that, we're going to have to be careful about merging them too quickly. For example, this right here is part of that berry chain. That one. So as we get those, we're going to save them up and not merge them unless we have 5 merges until we know for sure how many we need. All right, let's get these merges going a little bit now. So these are point items. We want to make sure we're making 5 merges with those. So these oases, not quite sure how to say that, that we've got right here are the items that as you harvest them for point items, they disappear. And unlike other merge games, you can merge these and get higher level ones, which will give you higher level point items to begin with. So right now the oasis is down to a level 1, so we're getting the little ants out of there. And noticing that harvesting the oases isn't giving us credit for harvesting desert objects. I'm not quite sure what counts as a desert object necessarily. I mean, I feel like the skull definitely counts, but I don't know if something else does also. So we will find out as we move our way across this board. Let's heal up this lizard. The nice little merge on the edge. Get some rabbits. Oh, and there's that bird we're looking for. So why don't we grab this bird and pop him over here. All right, what do we have? We've got a bunch of berries, a bunch of gems. So that all looks really good. And actually, because we've got the 5 merge for the berries, let's do that just to reduce the amount of space the berries are taking up. But we do want to be careful about how we merge those berries, just to make sure we have enough to get that level 9 berry that we need for the cloud key. Couple more point items over here. So at this point, I'm looking around. I think I've harvested everything from the point item. Oh, nope, there's another little oasis over here. So I'm going to harvest this down so my creatures don't have... Oh, this is one that doesn't harvest. Okay, so if it is a very low level and it won't let you harvest it, usually this means you're going to need this to make a merge later to get rid of some dead land. So whenever I get those that won't let me harvest them, I like to tuck them off to the side, someplace safe, and know that I'm going to be coming back to them when I get the chance. So with that being said, I'm going to try to organize some of this. I've been ignoring the mess that my creatures have been making in favor of looking around the map at other things. So let's go ahead and get this in a state where we can harvest and get this event going. In this particular game, it's okay to make mass merges as long as you know for a fact the group is divisible by 5. However, what I have found with this is it's very sensitive with chains. So I'm going to show you what I mean by doing a mass merge of this group. And what's probably going to happen is it's going to merge these orange orbs up into green ones and then immediately merge them to turquoise. So let's see. Yep, it did, just like that. So that's where doing the mass merges, even if you know it's divisible by 5, can be a little bit tricky because that second chain reaction merge might not be groups of 5 merges. So when that happens, you're losing out on orbs and point items and everything that you're going to need to finish your event. So in this particular game, I try not to do very large mass merges when I can help it. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen by accident sometimes, because clumsy merging is a thing. That's a 10 merge right there. So yeah, it definitely does happen, but you want to try to make it so it happens as infrequently as possible. Let's see, I've got a bunch of lizards over here. I really like the point items for this event. They are super cute and super interesting. Sometimes the point items for an event can look very, I don't know, I guess like cartoonish or childish. I don't know how to say it, I guess. But what I like about these is they're realistic. They're cool looking. I like that nature sort of vibe, and I'm excited to, get the trophy from this event and get that in my camp. One thing that I really like about the Merge Elfs camp map is that it is so big. So that makes me feel like there's going to be a lot of space to display trophies and wonders and other things. I know in some of the other merge games I play, the camp maps aren't that big, so I tend to leave my wonders bubbled, or I have to decide which trophies do I want to have out at any given time, which it's a shame. We work really hard on these events to get these trophies, and it's nice when we have the space to show them off. Right, let's see, do I have another ant? I have a bunch of these little caves. Merge to upgrade. I bet these little caves here, desert nest, I bet these, when we merge them up, are going to be the items that we can get point items from. So in their low level state where they are right now, these can't be harvested. Like if I double click on them, my elves are not going to go over and try to harvest those. So I don't want to merge those together until a little bit later, when I don't mind if they are distracted by them a little bit. For now, we'll just leave them at that low level and keep gathering up our orbs and organizing our space. So I've got my berries over here to the right. I've got my point items sort of pushed up this way. And trying to make sure they don't accidentally merge together. And then right down here in the bottom is where I'm going to keep my flowers and start organizing my orbs. I like having the flowers and anything else that I am actively harvesting right along the outer edge of the map. And the reason I like doing that is if you have it towards the center of the map, there can be orbs on all different sides of it. So it becomes possible, and for me, clumsy merging that I do, even very likely that I'm going to accidentally tap on an orb that's next to the flower when I'm trying to tap on the flower to tell my elves to harvest it. So I like having that little bit of space there. That way, having the edge of the map there is sort of a barrier, and I know that I'm not going to accidentally tap on orbs. It still happens sometimes, but not nearly as much. So let's see. The pattern I'm setting up with my orbs here is my typical harvesting pattern. It lets me organize everything, so I always have 5 merges, but I don't usually have accidental combos with it set up this way. So I've got 4 of the little yellow orbs here, and there's a space between them, and now I have this one that I'm going to drop in the middle. And because this middle box isn't touching an orange orb, when this combines, it should not cause a combo. And then I can grab my next orb, go right there. Now I have a 5 merge with the green, and then once I get to the point where I can't 5 merge, I reorganize everything back into lines. And I don't know if it's necessary to be, quite that detailed about it, but I find for me, I really like it, and it lets me see all of the orbs I have and all of the items very easily as I'm working. So we'll let those guys go a little bit. I'm going to take another look around the edge of the map, see if I can find any more merges on the perimeter. Let's see, we've got those cactuses up there. I've got these little fat cactuses, but I don't. Oh, right over there. Just trying to get a few more life flower sprouts to see if we can merge up one more level with our flowers. Nah, I'm gonna hang out with those right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 10 merge, 5 merge, 5 merge, 5 merge. All right. So you can see how having this pattern set up for my the objects that I'm working on merging is really quick and helpful, and it lets me see my merges and do them without making very many mistakes pretty fast. I think what I'm going to do now is set off another orb. I'm still looking around. I want to be a little bit careful about exactly what I heal. Let's do one of these white orbs. And yeah, this area looks okay. I don't think I see anything in there that is making me too nervous. So we'll go ahead and set that off and see how far our healing goes. All right, not too bad. I've got another point item oasis over there. We have another one of the little caves. And this is where we might be able to start getting that harvest from desert items, because we have a couple of these skulls, which is going to be nice to harvest. It's going to give us some more of those sprouts that we need to build up our flowers. We have some more cactuses that we can get some merges on the perimeter with. All right, so this is really how I play the early phases of an event. Just, moving along the map, building up my flowers, doing as many merges on the perimeter as I can. That way it saves my healing power. And what are these guys? Okay, so it turns out these green, I guess, desert grasses, when you tap on them, they release what looks like tumbleweeds. So that's pretty neat. Let's move that lizard out there, out of the way. Get these gems tucked over here, out of the way. Keep harvesting those tumbleweeds. And we are getting purple and blue, what are these? Lithops. It says to harvest to get life flower sprouts with the possibility of getting a fruit tree sapling, a fruit tree seed. Which is very nice, because once we build up our fruit trees on the map, we'll be able to use those to get more sprouts. And we can also use them for some coin harvesting later on if we decide we want to. Alright, so move our lizards over here with our point items. We've got another bunny rabbit. Looking at this, I'm a little bit interested in the fact that we have the stones. Normally in events, we don't get the stone harvesting resources. So it's very interesting to me that we have those, and I'm curious to find out how much stone harvesting we're going to be doing, and being able to passive stone harvest in an event will be very helpful. Looking at this cloud key, it looks like one of those little lithops. Yeah, so I don't know if the color is going to matter, but we'll definitely try to heal that cloud key over there while we still have plenty of desert grass and tumbleweeds to harvest. All right. Oh, we've got a fruit tree sapling right there. Very nice. Hoping to see some more fruit tree saplings. They aren't coming out a whole bunch just yet. I feel like a lot of what we're getting are these stones. And since we're getting so much stone, it really is making me curious how important stone harvesting is going to be in this event. I'm wondering if, maybe, this cloud key kind of looks like a rock. It might be one of the higher level ones, or even this one. So we might need to build high level rock chunks in order to clear the entire map. All right. We'll merge these guys up so they're not taking up quite so much space and keep going here. So this is actually a very big weekend for merge game players. If you haven't seen yet, we do have an event in Merge Dragons. It is, it's the Sakura event, so we will probably get to see the Zen dragons and possibly the little Shiba Inu dragons, which are very adorable. And I'm hoping that we're going to get another one of the bonsai tree trophies. Right now I only have one bonsai tree at my camp, so when I'm collecting the trophy rewards and merging them together to get trophy eggs and things like that, it makes it so it takes a long time for the sushi. So I'm looking forward to having another bonsai tree, hopefully. Aside from that, Merge Magic also has an event that is starting Friday afternoon New York time. And that one is going to be, I can't remember the name of the event, but the creatures on the little promo panel for it are a cat and I think a bat. So I have a couple of the cat creature eggs, so I'm curious and excited to see if we're going to get another one of those. I did not play the Merge Magic Halloween event last year because I wasn't playing Merge Magic at that time. So I have seen the cats and the bat creatures in other people's camps, but I still haven't been able to get them for myself. So I look forward to those. And then, of course, this event is going on. So multiple event weekends are always a little bit crazy. And what I tend to do is choose one to focus on first and try to get the whole thing done. And then focus on the next one. That being said, I usually do start all of my events close to when they begin. Another YouTuber that I love watching is Toasted Gamer Boutique, so Toasty. And I like starting my events with her when she's setting everything up. And just doing those opening moves together, get a little bit of that fun weekend community vibe going on. And then after her initial broadcast, I'll kind of go in my own pace, on my own way, doing all of my events for the weekend. So the nice thing with Merge Elfs is the events do start earlier than the Merge Dragons and the Merge Magic. Much earlier. So for me, like it's midnight, it's, close to 12:30 at night where I am right now. But getting this started makes it so I have a little bit of an edge going into this. But I'm going to be honest, I'm really excited about the cat and bat creatures in Merge Magic. And I definitely want to get that bonsai in Merge Dragons. So even though I am starting off with Merge Elves and I really want to be able to finish my first Merge Elves event, I think I'm going to be putting more focus on the other two games this weekend, just because getting all of those prizes is going to be really important for me, because that's my priority. You might have other priorities depending on, which games you prefer, or if there's a particular creature or dragon that you're really interested in building up more of at your own camps. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be, working through it, merging it up, trying to get all the rewards that I can. But once the Merge Dragons and Merge Magic events start, I'm going to shift my attention to those and really focus on those until I get them finished up. All right, so right now I'm really just harvesting down this area, which is taking longer than I thought. These little lillips have a lot in them. And then once I'm finished harvesting down these lillips, I'm going to go back to focusing on orbs. And I probably will do some passive harvesting tonight. And then in the morning, I will be working on this through the day. I'll probably come back and do a check-in tomorrow afternoon shortly before the Merge Magic and Merge Dragons events start, just so we can do a little bit of final work before I shift attentions, and hopefully I will get my other 2 games wrapped up pretty quickly. Usually I can take care of those events in one day, so I'm hoping to have Sunday and Monday to work on the rest of this Merge Elves. And like I said, hopefully knock it out and for the first time fully complete a Merge Elves event. I'm saying for the first time, I have completed another event for Merge Elves. One thing that I've noticed and talking with other people about it, Merge Elves seems to have different events depending on where you are with the game. So if it's your first event, you probably have a much smaller map, and that map is mostly focused around the woodland creatures chain. So like there's a bird nest, there's an acorn, those sorts of things would be your point items. And after you play your first event, that tends to be when you get, these larger events. That first event map is pretty small, and the quests on it seem to be easier, which I think is kind of cool, letting new players learn how to do the events so they can be successful and, get their first trophies in their camp and start getting really excited for doing these out of camp events. The events are probably my favorite part of these Merge games. So having fun, accessible events is really important for my gameplay. But different people like different things. I know there are some players who really look forward to discovering new merge chains and building their wonders, which is also super cool to see. But yeah, so if you are playing this event and your event doesn't look like mine, it's possible it's because it's your first event. It's also possible my event looks the way it does because of where I am in my camp and on the world map. Like, I don't know, maybe everybody else has a different event and mine is the odd one out. So, I don't know. Part of the reason it's fun to be gaming and merging as a community so we can talk to each other and, find out what's going on in the game for other people and just share the information and get better and keep working on our merges. That was an accidental combo. Alas. All right. Getting that together. Oh my goodness. It is taking a long time to harvest these down. Normally it does not take this long. If it was, the grasses or the starfish, this harvesting out an area goes much faster. So aside from the fact that this is a really big map, it seems like it's a really dense map. And I don't usually merge these items. You can see how we could merge these. I normally don't because I like to try to get as many sprouts and as many resources as possible. But I feel like if I actually, harvest all of this out, I'm going to be sitting here harvesting and not actually get to finish this event at all. So I might, I don't know. I don't like the idea of not harvesting it, but I might make some merges just to... Oh, that's interesting. I merge it and it goes straight to a flower. I wonder if other ones would do that. Of course, I didn't leave myself with enough matching lilips to find out. The next time I do a heal, I'm going to try that out and see what happens. But I almost have these finished. And then, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of orb merging and then leave my phone on for some passive harvesting through the night. And then when I wake up in the morning, hopefully I will be pretty far along and I'll be able to keep it going and get this event wrapped up or close to wrapped up before I start the other two in the afternoon. And let's see, it looks like we got our Harvest from Desert Objects quest, and now my next quest is to harvest from tricolor life flowers. The tricolor life flowers are the level 5, so one higher than this purple life flower. So I'm going to be definitely putting on some extra effort with getting my life flowers built up there. Doing some more merges on the perimeter. And if I tap the star, it might give me some flowers too. Yeah. Got another oasis. Another bunny rabbit. Couple more bunny rabbits. Do that. Slide this on over. Go ahead and delete that dimensional jar, because definitely not going to buy that. 5 merge with these guys. Alright, so I just need to get one more purple flower, and then I'll be able to get my tricolor. I think. There might be one more level between this and the tricolor. Oh, I don't remember. I suppose I could check it out. Purple. Oh, there is one more. The Shine Life flower comes before the tricolor. So I guess I do have a little bit to build up. I'm probably going to do another heal and clear out to get some more life flower sprouts. But for the moment, all I really have left is a bunch of harvesting. So I am not going to make you guys watch me continue to harvest. Let's see, 5 merge right there, 5 merge right here. Hopefully when we come back later today, we're going to have a bunch of orbs saved up and be able to do a nice big heal. The orbs are coming along pretty quickly. And the point items look really good as well. So yeah, I'm going to head off, go to bed, try and get some sleep, and get ready for a nice long weekend of merging. Wherever you are, if it's nighttime, if it's daytime, have a good night, have a good day, and I will check in with you again later. Happy merging and good luck.